done. I know it's been forever. I just didn't want the year to finish. Oh, by the way, hey, I have brown hair now. I didn't want the year to finish without me just doing one last kind of 2017 video. From my last video, as you can tell, maybe, I am engaged. Rob, whoa, look at that nail chip. Rob did propose October 28th, I believe it was. With that being said, I have a lot of questions that I need to close out because basically I feel that with the new year coming and with me starting this new chapter in my life, I no longer want to address or talk about anything related to years ago. A lot of people ask me about my previous marriage and what made it fail, and I think the simplest way that I can boil it down is my first marriage failed because I stopped pursuing a relationship with God. I wasn't saved till I was 18 years old. The only church that I ever have really had any experience with was that organization that I was a part of. As I've said before, it is an independent Pentecostal organization. It has nothing to do with UPC, apostolic, anything like that. It's completely separate from that. So with that being said, there was a lot of things that I thought was totally normal Christian taught things, but they weren't. I didn't know that. The more that I was involved in the church, the more I just started thinking, like, is this really the only type of way to have a relationship with God? When I am caught up in spiritual sin and I need forgiveness, is this list of things that I have to do to have forgiveness, is this the only way to do it? When every service is like this huge spiritual battle, and the only way to break through it is to scream and to yell and to throw your hair and throw your body and roll around, like, and to do all these very like out there crazy demonstrative stuff. And it wasn't always like that, like you could, but it was just, there was so much stuff that was required, and it was like work. And the people who I guess are really going on and doing it the right way, they'll tell you, oh, it's not work, that's the right way to do it, and you feel better and it's the right way. So you need to know that there are a lot of different ways to find God. There's a lot of different ways to experience Him. All politics aside, you need to get in your Bible and get on your knees and pray and sincerely seek God for whatever you're going through, because a relationship with God is the very first thing, and then a church is second. When I met Rob, he was not in church. He was not really pursuing God whatsoever. But me coming from the extreme religious background that I came from, hanging out with him was kind of difficult because he was very into the world. So he was watching like a lot of TV shows, a lot of music, and I was uncomfortable around it. Well, by that happening, he started doing that stuff less and less because I didn't really enjoy being around it or partaking in that. Well, that in turn made him start to seek a relationship with God. And once I saw that happening, I then looked at that and was like, he's seeking God. He hasn't been to church. Like he didn't just wake up one day and go to church and then start changing his life. I downloaded a Bible app and started listening to the Bible and started asking me questions about different Bible stories, and then got a couple like little self-help books on the Bible, and he got this true desire to start learning. And when I saw that, it sparked my desire to start learning, because I saw for the first time how God was changing someone, and they weren't screaming their head off in church to do it, and they weren't rolling around on the ground, and they weren't running up to a pastor getting their head poured on with oil for it. And that intrigued me, because the things that I just said is the only way that I've seen people come to the Lord. Like, that's it. So I've never seen the true growth, salvation and growth of someone outside of this organization that I used to be with. So when I saw that happening to him, and I saw that God was really changing him, and he stopped talking, like he started talking differently, and he stopped kind of watching things that he used to watch, and it was amazing. And then that rolled back into me, and so here we are. We started going to a church. I mean, this is all, I'm kind of recapping this past year for you. So for all of you that have commented before about the whole Pentecostal and my feelings, and I talked about all that stuff, yeah, you're right. It was my problem. I stopped pursuing a relationship with God. I no longer felt that what I was being taught, it didn't resonate with me. And I thought there has to be something else. There has to be something more than this right here. And it was like I was living in this little tiny box, and it claimed to have all the answers and to solve all the problems if I would just apply what I was hearing. But I got just so wrapped in it, and the politics got in the way, and religion got in the way, and pride and all that stuff. And I just felt like God was, I couldn't find God. And I was a part of a church, and I was a pastor, but I couldn't find God. And if I could go back and do things differently, I would. I know that Jesus forgives, and I have exercised his forgiving blood every single day. But there comes a point to where God kind of tells you, okay, you know what? Yep, you made mistakes. You've repented for those. And with that being said, I am happy to be moving forward to close this door. It's been an amazing journey, and I thank God for putting me in that church with all those different people that I've met along the way, because it protected me. I don't know, I mean, ages 19 to 26 is a very crucial time in your young adult life, and I don't know what type of person I would have been had I not found that church. So I am grateful for it. There just came a time in my life to where I felt like I knew that I did not have the relationship with God that I should have, and I knew that I was not being the wife that I was supposed to be. I did not have the love or the anything that you should have when you are in that marriage union. And I do not justify my actions and how I went about it, but it's done, it's forgiven, and it is at the feet of Jesus, and that's where I would like to leave it. If you have questions about pursuing a relationship with God in any way, no matter what church denomination you come from, you can talk to me. Leave me comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me throughout this crazy year of 2017. I'm excited to see what the new year holds, and it's also exciting that my birthday is around the new year, because it's kind of like I get to start a fresh age year along with the new year. So I will be turning 29 in 2 days, the last year of my 20s. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next year. Bye-bye.